Hi everyone, welcome to awork. My name is Toby, I'm the co-founder and CEO of awork, and over the next couple of minutes, I'll tell you a little bit about what makes awork special and where to find the most important workflows and what it means to be working in a project management tool that is purpose-built for the agency. First things first, why does one need a purpose-built project management tool for agencies? Well, because agencies are a special breed. You have a high number of high-frequency projects for different brands and clients to manage at the same time with overlapping resources, skills to be allocated to the different projects. You need to track your times to be aware of profitability across projects and portfolios. At the same time, you need to manage internal projects. You need to manage a lot of knowledge that is produced around assets, project briefs, etc., etc. You have a high degree of external collaboration with clients and freelancers integrated into your projects. And most recently, you're now also in charge of rolling out AI across your organization and teams. And all of that is a very special kind of project management that needs purpose-built tools. And that is exactly what awork is. So let's take a closer look. First things first, you need to get an overview of your resources. What projects are running right now? Who's available? How's the utilization across teams? And in order to take a closer look at that, I'll jump into the awork planner. It's straight here in the main menu. And the first thing we see is the different projects I have here, some of them in English, some in German, that are in progress right now. But that is not the most interesting part of the planner. This is just a good overview of what we have in store right now. The most interesting part is the user's overview. And I've already pre-selected one of my teams. It's the team of my completely made up client, Spotify. And there are 5 people on this team. And I can see their capacity on the right-hand side. It's the dashed line that includes their working hours per weekday. It includes their absences like holidays, sick leave, etc. That we can also pull from your PSA or agency software, your ERP basically. We can also pull it from your HR tool like Personio or Leapsome. So that you're always up to date when it comes to holidays and other absences. And then the purple hills that you see here, that is the utilization. Obviously from tasks and projects and just generic bookings within awork, but also from your connected Google or Microsoft calendar. So we can pull your actual calendar appointments, also external ones that have no connection to awork whatsoever. But we will take them into account when calculating your team's utilization. And obviously we can dig a little deeper. My colleague Julie here has some spikes. Jessie also has a lot of spikes here. She's booked over capacity, so we need to do something about that. And that's pretty easy. I'll just take one of her tasks. In this case, it's a content plan for February for one of her projects, and I'll move it to Layla instead. And hopefully that solved a little bit of the resource of the planning problem. But I also see an old booking here from the April campaign as well. I don't need this anymore, so let's remove it to free up some of the resources. And there we go, that did it. So as you can see, this is a very interactive tool to work with resources across teams. Now, in order to do so, obviously projects need to magically appear in awork, and obviously you can use our AI to come up with project plans. We can create them from your quotes out of your ERP or PSA, for example, and you can manually create projects. And let's take a look at one of those projects. I've prepared one. It's called Launch Campaign Shop, and as you can see, it has some basic information. What teams are involved here? There's a project brief in here, due dates, a budget that we can also pull from your ERP if you like. It has a team assigned, more on that in a second. But the heart of any project in awork is the tasks area. And in awork, as you can see, we group tasks by lists. In this particular project, I have a priority list, a strategy list, one for content. There's one for the editorial plan down here. And within those lists, we group the tasks to just give projects a bit of a structure. And clicking one of the tasks that have a status, obviously, those are these nice colored icons here, gives me all the tasks details. It can again have a briefing, a checklist, subtasks, a due date, and most importantly, I can assign this task to teammates. But what I need to know is who's available. So I can just activate and pull the current availability across my team within the time frame of this task, right? It has a start and an end date, and already I can see that, well, Julie is already pretty booked, but Alisa is very available, so let's book this and assign the task to her, and that's how tasks find their users. Apart from this list view, obviously we offer a more traditional board view that you can use to get a better overview which tasks are in which status at the moment, and awork includes a comprehensive timeline view, so you can give start and end dates to your tasks, have them connect to each other so that they move together if anything changes in the plan. It's possible to add milestones to your project plan quite easily, and this can be shared externally as well. The same goes for knowledge around projects. For example, I've created a document under Docs in this project that contains the more detailed project briefing here and what we're supposed to do in this project. And these docs can basically contain any project knowledge, from asset reviews to, briefings, obviously. And there are documents available on a project level as well as globally. And again, these can be shared. And that is a good keyword, because sharing things is also something that is very typical for agency projects. You collaborate with your clients, advertisers, as well as freelancers on your projects. And it therefore makes a lot of sense for us to offer a specific feature to tackle that. We call it awork Connect. It has its own little feature button up here on the project details page, or you just open up the team setup. And as you can see, you get the option to invite external users to the project and then assign them a specific external role, like freelancer or client. You can define these roles in the settings. And once you do, your clients or freelancers get to accept this invitation, and then we create an own dedicated awork workspace for your client or your freelancer. So they get their own free awork workspace. Important information. The entire feature is free of charge. So both for your external partners as well as for you as an agency, external users are completely free, which makes this quite attractive to use as a collaboration suite. And you have very detailed controls around who gets to see what on your projects, down to single comments that you can hide or show to external users. So this is a very flexible feature as well. Now, three more things I'd like to show you. One of them, time tracking, is a necessary evil in agencies. Obviously, you need to know whether you're on budget and on time within your projects. So all over awork, you will find these little play icons. There's one right down here. There's one on the project level. There is one on every single task. And by clicking them, you can start the global timer for yourself. I can now pick a recent timer that I had just paused and resume it. And now the time is already being tracked on that particular task with the correct type of work and all the information that's associated to it. And I can pause it, route it to a different task, stop it altogether. That's a very easy way of tracking your times. But it's not the only one in awork. You can also just hit Z, and this brings up the time tracking interface, and I can type, well done, or whatever I've done, assign this to a particular task that I want this to be tracked on, hit save, and that's how quickly I can book hours once I'm done working on a task in awork as well. And number 3, and I like this one the most, I can head over to my connected Google or Microsoft calendar, and I see in blue all the appointments that I already have on my calendar. These can be external ones, and I'll just hit create time entry, assign this to the correct project, and hit save, and there we go. That's how quickly I can turn an appointment that my client put on my calendar into actual tracked hours once the appointment is done. And now, more recently, AI is everywhere, and here's a bit of an outlook into what we're going to build in and on and around awork. awork is going to be the one-stop shop when it comes to organizational AI for agencies. Once we're done, you won't need most of your Claude or ChatGPT subscriptions separately anymore. Also, Langdoc won't be that necessary anymore, because we're bringing a central chat interface and custom-designed agents for agencies into awork, because we already have all the structure you need for that. We have the project context, the plans, the clients, the timings. It's all in awork, and you can connect the rest via MCPs or custom integrations to awork quite easily. And a lot of that is already available. Just click the little awork bot here at the bottom, which brings up our AI assistant that already today can fill docs based on your templates, run regular project reports, create custom resource plans, can interact with awork in any way that you can come up with. You know how AI works these days. Very powerful already, and we're only turning this into a even more useful tool over the next couple of months. Looking forward to your feedback on this. Now, final thing, there's a little help area, help and support down here, which leads you to our onboarding tutorials. I can highly recommend going through these if you're new to awork. They are very helpful to sort of get the information around awork in more detail than I've given today. There's our complete help center, our very active user community, and our live chat. Between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. our team is there for you within minutes. So whatever it is, please reach out to us. We are happy to help and very glad that you're here. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini intro into awork. Hope to see you soon, and enjoy trying out awork. Bye bye.